Hi, friends. My name is Bhavya Mangla, and I welcome you all on the 17th episode of this podcast. You know that it's a series going on with respect to the mindfulness. And the main objective of this particular series is talk to the people, understand about their perspective about life, what they think about different things, and what are their experiences so far so that we all can get benefited from that. Along with me in this series is my colleague, my co-host Shweta Bansali. She has done a PhD in nanotechnology from Spain, and after that, she is having her own business wherein she is doing different kind of research with respect to the nanotechnology. She's also NLP practitioner, and we both will be talking to a very interesting personality. His name is Mr. Suresh Chander. He's working in government of India, and he's associated with art of living for more than 20 years. uh, I am meeting him for the last 17 years, and it's always been a wonderful experience interacting with him. One very interesting thing about him whenever I'm meeting while attending the Sudarshan Kriya is that one of the common thing that is always coming out is that change is the most important thing in life, and whatever is happening today is going to change. So let's understand from Mr. Suresh Chandra about his perspective, what he thinks about it. Sureshji, welcome to the podcast. Namaskar.
Namaskar, Namaskar. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody.
Very good afternoon. So, Sureshji, as I was just talking about it, that I've always heard you talking about change, that this too shall change. But generally, if we think about our life, we always want things to go as it is. If I think that I've got black hairs, I want it to be like that. If I want, if I think that my job is going very good, I want it to be like that. And there are so many things like that. But we also know that actually does not happen in that way. It is all changing around us. But still, in our case, I always think that it will not happen with me. Why does it happen? And what is your thoughts about that?
No, it's happening for the millennia, but thing is that how aware we are about all the activities. See? And you have to nurture your mind. What
Mhm.
I'm going to speak, just think it or just give your 5 to 10 days, 10 minutes daily for the meditation. Just close your eyes. Was my life yesterday? How it will be tomorrow? How it is today? Just being aware of happenings in and around you, and the inner happening is also very important. How your
Mhm.
mind works, what are your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts, feelings, emotions. No, they
Mhm.
are very important aspect of your life because all the thoughts they are governing your life. Yet
Yeah.
not. What are we are doing it today? First, it came to the to your thoughts only. Just we are going to happen this session. Then it will
Yeah.
convert it into action, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have to be aware of all the happenings, inner and outside, both the world. You have inner world also.
Yeah.
Outer world, every the physical world, you go to office, you meet relatives, and no, there's so many things. You travel, you meet so many people. So you
Yeah.
have two worlds, inner world and outer world. You have to be aware of all these things. But for that awareness, you have to nurture your mind.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you are saying is very true that there are two world, inner world and outer world. But in majority of the cases, we are so much occupied with the outer world that either we don't know that there is actually any inner world, and even if it is there, either we don't spend too much of time there, and even if we want to spend time, we don't be able to focus our attention to that. Say, for example, if we are doing meditation, so, and again, it's a challenge. Maybe it's a student, maybe somebody is a housewife, or maybe somebody is doing job or a business. Everyone is so much busy in whatever they are doing that I don't think people find time to know about the inner world.
No, just everybody is on 24 hours. I just used to say
Yeah.
in our sessions also, prioritize
Yeah.
your priorities.
Hmm.
आपकी जितनी प्राथमिकताएं हैं उनकी भी प्राथमिकताएं बनाएं.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When you go to meet some executive, you got the appointment. You have to take the appointment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought the appointment with the self?
Generally not.
That is meditation. Just
Yeah.
make 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just to take out your out of 24 hours for yourself only. Appointment.
Hmm.
What is meditation? The appointment with the self is the meditation. It's so simple.
Hmm. Hmm.
And just
Yeah. Yeah.
ponder on the actions of the day from since morning to evening or evening to morning. What I'm doing, what are happening in and around me, and just Give some time to your thoughts also. Very, very important to give some the what are your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
this type of thoughts. And thought is also, governed by what type of food you take.
Yeah.
There are three types of thoughts: sattvic thoughts, rasic thoughts, and tamasic thoughts. So you
Yeah.
have to, yeah. And what is your company? How is your company? आप किन के साथ बैठते हैं, किन के साथ रहते हैं, किन के साथ डिस्कस
Yeah.
करते हैं? All things are, all things matter a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
subconscious mind takes everything. I tell you, everything.
Mm-hmm.
People say, no, no, I am detached with it. No, no, no. When you are in the company of bad people, definitely you will take something from them. You are in the good company, you will definitely take something from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to give a lot of time to thoughts also. Yeah.
Shweta, I have seen you many times that you also very well balance between the inner world and outer world. What are your thoughts about it? How you balance that? Even though you are a scientist, you are doing so many things. What are your thoughts about what Suresh you just said
Yeah.
about it?
I think Suresh ji, what said, I also believe in that. You have your 24 hours. It's up to you how you manage those 24 hours. Now, I always have the belief. Once I was also in a AOL session only in an advanced meditation program, and somebody asked that, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. How will I find time and everything?" So then the person who was facilitating the course, he said that these are the excuses we give to ourselves, actually. Oh my God, I don't have time. Because
Mhm.
time is always there. It is up to us if we want to utilize that time or not. If I have to talk about myself, I feel like that I feel incomplete if I don't sit for meditation. It can be any way,
Mhm.
whether I do the kriya or whether I do with the mantra music, whatever way, but I need to sit with myself, and that gives the calmness and the motivation to keep going, the calmness to the self. And I always say meditation is the food to the soul
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's what it does. It is beautiful. And the three pillars, which I think everywhere, any form of religion will also say, is like seva, sadhana, and satsang, like
Yeah.
service, meditation, or mindfulness, what we always talk about here, and satsang, which is good company. If you have
Yeah.
these three pillars sorted in your life, I feel like your life is already sorted and you are already making good use of your 24 hours. So, Bhavya, I think I try to do it in this way. And I try to make use of like company of people like you, for example. I get to learn so much. And then people like Suresh ji coming on our mindfulness podcast, we get
Yeah.
to enrich ourselves with their knowledge and we get to absorb so much. So I think this keeps me going and this keeps me becoming, I always use this terminology, a human in progress. So that's what I would like to say. And
Wonderful.
I have a question, Suresh ji. You just used three terminology. Maybe the viewers would like to understand the tamasic, sattvic, and the rajasic.
Rajasi.
Uh,
Yeah.
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 So can you explain little bit? Maybe not all the viewers who are attending will be knowing these terminologies.
Actually, sattvic food is a very controversial subject because food is, three types of food, no? Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic.
Yeah.
Normally, at the vegetarian food we take at home, if we take out sweet part, is almost sattvic food, dal, chapati, chawal, etc., etc., salad. So it will is light and it will take 4 to 5 hours to digest. And Rajasi food, the food taken by the kings, Raja jo Maharaja khate the, that includes sweets and parathas and a little bit heavy thought. And that is it will take around 12 to 14 hours to digest. And Rajasic food is almost all the non-vegetarian food is tamasic food. So the solid part may get out in the morning, but the residue of that food remains in your body by up to 48 hours minimum. So it will be within your body, and what happens. So according to that, also the thought process will come. If you take the light food, sattvic food, your thoughts will be very nice, good for the people, good for the society, for the colleagues. Also, you have good thoughts. and Rajse with the Rajsic food, you will be a little bit lazy. ठीक है, it's हो जाएगा. होता ना, there are so many attitude ना, so many people. हो जाएगा, ठीक है, it's okay. And tamasic food, every time they find excuses, as you told, they find excuses regarding this self with the meditation. You just mentioned they find excuses to find the time for your own self. So it's just observe your food also. I'm not saying we are living in a society we have to take every type of food. So, but it's always better to have some sattvic food. Shweta
So
ji,
Bhavya,
Yeah.
for you, for you also, how you manage? As Bhavya ji mentioned, no, you're working with the company and you're doing. How you
yeah.
manage your life?
Shweta, this is for you to answer.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know, I know. I have this passion for everything, Suresh ji. I drive with that. If I have my own company, which I have, not if, I have my own company. So I want to create a difference with my company. It's not only for profits I will be working. I want
hmm,
to create materials that can actually be used and create a difference. From lab to homes, we want to become, and it is like the passion of serving, I would say, that I want to create a difference. And when I have to when I write poetry, for example, that is also a form of meditating for me, because suddenly a emotion will arise in me and I will be like tuck 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 tuck, within 5 minutes I'll jot down my poem, because that remains for a certain duration. uh,
yeah,
though that kind of thing will not come in your subconscious suddenly again, so you have to jot it down the moment it arises. As we say, no, our creative chakra also is active, and then you have to write it down whatever is coming. So I try to manage, like, and I don't put timings for my meditation. This is something I have learned the hard way. If I'm getting time even in the middle of the night, I'll do it.
yes,
Even if
yes,
I'm getting, yeah, so time, yeah, anybody, I would like to say, if you're feeling like, oh my God, if early morning is the only time for meditation, there's no time for meditation. This is my belief, with due respect to whoever believes that early morning is the time for meditation. But this is my belief that you can meditate anytime. It is
anytime.
your time with self. It is your time with that consciousness you are getting connected to. So, and
Yes,
also giving peace to yourself. So, Sureshji, I just try to manage with a lot of passion and a lot of flow. I believe that you flow. You be in the present and just flow with life. When you do that, you can do everything and you can manage everything. That's what I would like to say.
Sureshji,
And
you just, yeah, Shweta, please continue. Yeah.
no, no, Bhavya, I just wanted to ask you actually, because I know you have been also associated with Sureshji for a good duration now. So, how is it for you? Do you also believe this, what he was explaining just before asking me the question, the food and the thoughts part? Are you also a believer of that, or have you felt that what he has explained?
I think food part generally I'm taking care. Sometimes I become little bit rasic, but certainly not tamasic. And I think apart from that, I'm just trying to make sure that I have a steady and a disciplined lifestyle, or a schedule which should be there from morning till night, and that makes things very simpler and easier in comparison to many times when we say that I don't have any time. And I think that's what is my next query with Sureshji. Uh, even though you said that we should have some time for the internal world and we should sit with ourselves, but then in general people don't find time for that. So how to take out that time? From where to find that time? Practically people want to do it, people know that if they spend time with themselves it will be good, but then they don't
yeah.
able to find that. So what is the
No,
way,
sir.
means how to start?
No, it's very simple. You just observe yourself. No, just in the morning. I think just watch how much time you are putting in with the social media. Definitely,
Mhm,
20 minutes will come out from that. That only, that part only. And
mhm,
how we are
mhm,
just gossiping, unnecessary phone call. Just lage हुए 10 minute, 15. Just give the message. हाँ, hello, hi, this, and keep on asking, keep on asking, keep on asking.
mhm,
So
mhm, mhm.
you can definitely find. I'll never say no excuses. You don't find 20 minutes, 30 minutes for yourself. And the food is okay. Now, food part, one more thing I want to add.
Yeah.
We say food, is it not? Most of the people say it's a food. You know, it's not a food. It's after 42 days, it will be your body. Is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's converted in different forms. And जो कहावत है ना, वो जैसा जैसा अन्न वैसा मन और वैसा ही तन. तो
Yeah.
आपका जैसा खाना खाएंगे वैसा ही आपका विचार होंगे और शरीर भी वैसा ही बनेगा. So
True.
we have to take the food very prayerful. And people I find in the on the roads itself, they are driving and just dumping your food in the while driving. No, it's
Yeah.
it's not a food. So with very with prayerfulness, giving thanks to the God and who prepared the food, you have to take this. And
Uh,
As Bhavaji told me, 20 minutes definitely no excuses on this earth you cannot take out for yourself. Or you can
mm-hmm.
sit while you are traveling also. Suppose you are in the train or you are on a plane, you have the
Yeah.
time. I put
Yeah.
your that phone and you just keep listening to music. Just close your eyes and give meditation. That's all. In the
Yeah.
train also, also in the if you are not driving in the vehicle also. So 24, 30 minutes is nothing. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can. As earlier I told you, it's prioritize your priorities. You have to just make it up. You have to put some effort in the early days, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it will happen. No excuses.
Another important aspect which I also experienced when I started spending time with myself is that when you spend time with yourself alone, then you start fearing many things. Then you don't want to be with yourself. You want to run away and be in the company of people. So that apple also happens with many people that when they try to sit with themselves, they don't find it very comfortable because at that time they are with themselves and they can't face themselves. So how to deal with that? That is another
But
challenge.
no, sir. First, you have to understand what the life is, and the life you got. I tell you, just when you start loving your life, you have definitely you find that time. Is it not?
Mhm.
Very few people know about the awareness, how aware we are. Well, first, you have to understand the life. It's a very precious. That human body.
Mhm. Mhm.
Only in human body you get you got that evolution. Otherwise, it's not possible. So first you start respecting, honoring your life you got.
Mhm.
So people they just spoil their life. Oh, they are sitting on this. You see just in the mall and some park. They keep on gossiping over hours and hours and hours. How can you say, "Okay, I cannot take out 20 minutes, half an hour"? Definitely. First, as I told you earlier, you have to take out some time, and it will be difficult. Initial stage, it is difficult. As Bhavyaji is your case only. Now, every
Yeah.
Sunday you are taking out, no, 1.5 hour or 2 hours. How it's
Yeah.
possible? The same way. For the last 20 years, 21 years, I am doing that, and I think Swetaji also doing that. And we had this. Not only that, and now few do you do some few things also.
Yeah.
Once in a day, just for half an hour, for 2 hours, just switch off your mobile
Mhm.
and don't put your watch. And without mobile and watch, just go for a walk at just 10, 15 minutes. Just see how life is. Start loving nature, the trees, pop, and the birds, and there are so many things. When you start loving the nature, start loving the yourself, definitely you will honor the life and it will come to you. Automatically it will come. But in initial stage, definitely it will take some efforts to do that. And the
Mhm.
company also. Which type of company you keep. कहावत है ना जैसा आपकी कंपनी वैसे ही बनोगे तो it is.
Yeah. 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 That's true. That makes a lot of difference about that. Yes, very true. So, Shweta, you always say that when you're doing something, you're always there, and then when you're there, then you deliver your best. How much it is easy, and how often you get distracted, and or maybe now you may not be getting distracted. Maybe earlier you were getting distracted, but how you manage that thing that when you are there, like if you are here, then you are here.
As very beautifully said before, also by Suresh ji Bhavya, that awareness is very important. When you are aware that, okay, this is something you have to finish. Yes, there is some emergency happening, anybody would be distracted. For example, you're doing something and some family emergency came. So, what should you do? What would be your priority that time? Obviously, to help out your family and then get back to work. If there is a medical emergency, I'm talking about all the rest of the emergencies are taken care by any other person in the family. But other than that, I try to be there. Whenever there are some distraction, I tell myself and I observe myself, Shweta, what is important right at this moment? Is this something that you are doing right now for to be submitted or to be delivered or to be taught? Or as I'm a mental health coach also, so I need to like with with NGOs I'm talking about, so I need to understand the mindset of those people also. So if I will not be present over there, Bhavya, then obviously I'm half understanding what they are going through,
True.
and half I'm just in my own world. So when you're talking about also the loneliness part, when you said, that only happens when we have actually not spent time with self.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
have already spent time with self, you will never feel lonely. You're so happy, in love, and everything. And actually you're radiating only that as well. So
Mhm,
I
mhm,
try to be aware of what I'm doing. I try to observe myself, what distraction I may get. For example, whenever I meditate, just to give an example, I never put my phone near to me. I will put it on the aeroplane mode and just put it
mhm,
somewhere. Because when I'm
mhm.
with self, why I need this distraction? This is the
True.
materialistic world I will get into otherwise.
True. True.
So
True.
these are simple things. And whenever I'm doing some important work regarding my company, I also do the same thing. I'm not needing anything. If I'm doing it on phone, like having any conversation with some big company to sign some document, obviously I'll try to switch off my laptop, then just flap down. And all these kind of things, small things you can always prioritize. So awareness of the present, observing and being there completely can make your task actually happening faster than you can imagine actually.
Mhm, mhm,
So
mhm.
that's what I think, Bhavya, can happen. But Bhavya, I would also like to know from Suresh ji this same thing, because you asked a very wonderful question.
Yeah.
Seriously, the thing is, I have also seen some people questioning the same thing. That when we are sitting or when we are meditating, maybe somebody is starting off. Is there any tip you would like to give to them, that so that they don't feel like that, oh my God, what is happening to me or whatever? Like, obviously, you can tell them that how they can start off or something, because many people ask this.
Uh, Actually, yeah, why I just earlier told you, you have to set your priorities. Just first you have to make up your mind. Yes, I want to do this. The first step.
Yeah.
And it's a step by step process. And the other thing, as Bhagaji in the earlier, you were just mentioning, the people have some problems. First,
Yeah.
you have to see why this problem happened. See, and slowly when you start doing the meditation and we decide, you start expanding your comfort zone. Problem happens when we don't see that we are just stuck up in our own cocoon, isn't it? We have to expand our comfort zone. You be comfortable with the child, and the same way in the next moment, if you are happens to be with your father or grandfather, you are comfortable with that with him or her also. So first of all, you have to expand your comfort zone also, and don't think that is the problem. It's okay. It will change. As Bhaveji told me, everything is changing. I tell you, everything, isn't it? Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, and in and around you, everything is changing. As in the last week also I mentioned this. सब कुछ बदल जाएगा. That's all. This is knowledge is that सब कुछ बदल जाएगा. But for that understanding, you have to nurture your mind a little bit, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it is true that सब कुछ बदल जाएगा, things will change. But why we don't accept that? Why we still think that it will remain like that? Say, for example, my this shirt or my this mobile will always be with me, and we become so much attached to that if something happens, like as simple as that, we have heard so many incidents that somebody's parking the car and somebody hits, and then we are shooting and we are shouting, and so many things happen. We become so much attached to all these physical things
So,
that
sir, we
even though
have
we
to
know
learn.
that
Uh,
uh,
Carry on, carry on.
yeah, even though we know that it is all temporary, but still we become too much attached to it. So how to start this journey of detachment Not detachment from life, but detachment from those things which are temporary.
No, sir, definitely. As earlier told you, you have to take this path only, self
Hmm.
journey. You have to take out some time, and that is called attachment. Detachment in Adhyatma is called asakti and asakti. How you are attached and how much. Now you are attached is fine. You are doing a karam yogi. You are doing living this world. You have to do everything. You have to have family. You are having your own business. You have to go to office. Your family, children, but don't attach, get attachment, that you have to see the life also. You have to understand the life, what is life. Earlier in the early session itself I told you, first we have to understand what is life.
Hmm.
It's running, isn't it? How
Yeah.
just watch, you close your eyes and watch. When we were child and now we are here, just life is just going like that only, and we are just cribbing for everything. And when we were children, we were cribbing for toys and the small things, isn't it?
Yeah.
At that time, our problems were there, that only. But that time also passed, isn't it? Then we went
True.
to school, then colleges, then marriage and children, isn't it? A different, and the life is going on like that only. You have to understand this aspect also.
Yeah, very true. I think the more we are aware, the better we will
Yes,
be.
awareness
Then
is very
we'll be able to.
important.
And the real challenge is that in majority of the time we are not aware. Like if I talk about myself, maybe I may be driving to office, and when I reach office, I realize that okay, I've reached, and don't know how many times I change my gear and how much time I put that brake and all that, because actually I am somewhere else.
Yes, yes. But
So
Bhavyaji, one more thing. Uh,
yeah.
for these things also you are aware because we are already in this on this path, isn't it? People are not even aware of this not in the words. You are actually doing that process also, once a week or twice a week or thrice a week. People are not aware at all about their own body, what they are saying, what they are eating, uh, what impact the others are having on their words and their actions, isn't it? So not even their awareness, sajikta, is very 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 important, and that comes with the spirituality only.
Mhm.
Spirituality, that doesn't mean ki you just take Bhagwa Kapda and go to Hardwar and go to mountains. Spirituality, you live in this world only, just being aware and what you can do for yourself and for your surroundings.
Mhm.
And when you start on this path, you just emit lights, and in and around you, people are just they are observing, they are getting benefited also.
So you're talking about the vibrations that when you
Yeah.
start doing certain things, then the vibrations goes to the other people, and they also start getting benefited or impacted by that.
Yes, yes.
So Shweta, since you also follow many things, you think that people around you are getting impacted with your way of working or the way in which you are conducting yourself?
Definitely, sir. Bhavya, just to give you an example, like my mother and I mostly have the conversations around these things only. Because she loves to hear my thoughts about it, or she will always tell people that she is the reason that I keep myself positive and everything. Though my mom is very positive and very mindful of what she does and everything, but still she will always say so. And touchwood, I have to say that wherever I go, I feel like that people get attracted because of the way you enter somewhere. What kind of
Yes.
energy, you enter somewhere, you're like that. And when you enter somewhere like this, people will
Yeah.
automatically come to you, like, because in a way you are exuberating the thoughts and the awareness and the observance that you have of the place, of the people, and yourself. You are projecting yourself through that. So when you smile and enter anywhere, you will see that people automatically will be saying hello to you, actually,
True.
because somehow your energies will be exuberated through your smile.
Hmm.
As we say, thoughts become actions. Even if you're smiling and somewhere inside negativity is going on, it will
Yeah.
reflect on your face.
Reflect
It
on your
will
face.
reflect even if you're smiling. But if you're smiling and lot of positivity is there, then your aura will exuberate that. And people automatically will come and say, "Oh, hello," from like, "Who are you? What's your name?" and everything. I'm sure, Bhavya, you must have also experienced that. somehow whenever you go to Toastmasters meeting or any new place as well.
No, no, certainly it makes a difference. Like, say, for example, in office, maybe you can go to one table and then you can talk very comfortably. And maybe for another person, you have to think twice just because of the aura which is around that person, even
Yes.
that person is not saying anything.
Yeah.
So, Sureshji,
I mean,
what do you think
in May,
about it? You
it's not
also feel the
in
same way? Yeah.
yeah, I was just coming to that point only. In my office also, I'm just
Yeah.
more than 38 years. I'm working with the government. So I don't know why they are doing that. They are more comfortable than my seniors and my juniors also. Even in my home also, my that brothers, grandson, granddaughter, they are more comfortable with other. They are not more comfortable with their own grandfather, but they are more comfortable with you. Why? I don't know.
Mm-hmm,
I just meet everybody the same way. While meeting also, while doing also, the enthusiasm is very important.
true,
Hello, hi,
true.
just as Sweta told me, you go with a smile face and with enthusiasm. Definitely, you already won the heart of that person, or he or she is, isn't it? And it can be children also. It can be, I told you, no, it can be that your colleague also. It can be your father, grandfather, or your neighbors also. It can be. So enthusiasm and smile, and then it's very important. For with me, it's always happened. Not only office. In the last tour itself also. Just yesterday also I was in Ahmedabad, and last week in Kerala also. It happened.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
People just definitely will come to you and say hello, hi, hello, hi. So it's very
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Sureshji, for sharing your thoughts about it. I think it has been a very interesting session, wherein I think one thing which was coming again and again is that we should be aware about what is happening, and the more we are aware, then we can take
yes,
a more
yes,
thoughtful
yes.
decision. And we are taking the thoughtful decision, then our life will be good. And when our life will be good, we are good. Then the people around us, they will also start having the same kind of vibration that
Yes, yes, definitely.
we are projecting. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhavya
Suresh ji.
Thank you so much for inviting me,
Grateful.
Bhavya ji. And again, we'll sometime meet again also. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And
Namaskar.
all viewers, thank you to you also. Uh,
Thank you.
Namaskar.